Hi, guys. Welcome back to Crime Time with Jess. So, more on the Menendez brothers. I really should change that title because it's really Lyle. I mean, Eric hasn't done anything that we know of right now. so, but I want to just correct a couple things from the last live stream a couple hours ago. I said that Lyle was 56, or I said that Lyle was 57. He's actually 56, but his birthday is on January 10th. So he's almost 57, but he's not. He's 56. Having a buzzball. Cheers. Happy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. But we're going to have to spin the block on the comments that are coming in from this revelation today that Lyle has a new girlfriend in jail. His wife, Rebecca Sneed, has said that this is not an affair, that they have been separated for quite some time, and that she still supports him. She still loves him. She's still going to run his Facebook page. I have two thoughts on her statement, on Rebecca's statement. One, she's deeply hurt and is saving face. Or two, she's had lovers of her own. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, we're separated and he's dating a 21-year-old now. I think it's like one of the two things. Something tells me she wasn't completely blindsided by this. I do find it strange that she's going to continue to stand by her man. But she is. You couldn't pay me enough. You could not pay me enough to do that. Okay. You're in jail. I married you in jail. I held you down. I went through law school and been with you for 20 plus years. And you're going to run off with a 21-year-old when we have a little separation, which honestly in jail, they've always been separated. Let's be honest. But I want to show you guys some comments from Reddit and X, formerly known as Twitter. But I want to show you guys, okay? Because the backlash has already begun, and it's not pretty. I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh, Houston, they've got a problem. So, I mean, this was, when I took the screenshot, it was 4 hours ago. God's weaker soldier, a random person on X, formerly known as Twitter. And this is what it says. I mean, look, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? I called this. I am telling you. Then this person goes on to say, really don't like the age gap or the fact that he supposedly came across her on the Facebook page. Again, the Facebook page she is talking about is the one that Rebecca Sneed, Lyle Menendez's wife, has ran for him and Eric for years. Okay. So that said, the brothers should have been free a long time ago. And as much as we don't like it, it shouldn't have a bearing on their case right now. So outrage, but still we don't want to get into personal things. They should just be free. Let's scroll on to the next comment. Okay. So a person on Reddit said, I literally went to school with her. And there was comments of, oop. And next comment, you're joking. Spill the tea, sis. Is she unhinged, normal, seeking her 15 minutes? Let's stop here. Let's stop here with that question. Is she normal? Do you think she's normal? This woman in England, 21-year-old woman, writing Lyle Menendez, life without parole, double murderer of his parents. Do you think she's normal? Finding him on a Facebook page that his wife runs, and then becoming his girlfriend. I don't feel like I need to answer that question for you. But they asked, and then somebody comically said, but this wasn't her predicted future. That this wasn't her predicted future in the yearbook. And somebody says, what was she like? And so the girl comments back and says, honestly, I didn't interact with her much. And who we're talking about right now is Lyle Menendez's new girlfriend, 21-year-old Millie. I want to call her Millie Vanilli. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I couldn't help myself with that. Millie, I'll come across her last name. I think it's going to matter in the long, grand scheme of things? No. I just want to call her Millie Vanilli. Let's just do that. That is Lyle's favorite group. That's what he picked for his mama for her memorial. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. By Millie Vanilli. And now his new 21-year-old girlfriend is named Millie. So I just want to call her Millie Vanilli. So anyway, I don't remember her being in the group this year, so I'm assuming she left sometime early this year. Again, it was found out in March that Lyle was doing this. Oliver, what are you doing? He's such a kitten, I'm telling you. But now that I recognize her, she seemed to be a nice person. Well, I'm sure she was. Then this person comments and says, imagine that. His wife, or shall I say ex-wife, well, no, because they're not divorced yet. Shall I say his ex-wife is the whole reason he even has the damn Facebook page to begin with. That is the overall consensus. How dare you? I'm telling you, I've been calling this for weeks. I just didn't think it was going to be Lyle. But I was so wrong. So then this person says here, now I hope Rebecca respects herself enough to cut her losses and divorce him. There's no going back after a betrayal like this. I mean, you're telling me she wasted 20 years, 2 decades of her life married to him, and this is how he repays her? The audacity. Next comment, exactly. She should not take him back. Sorry, I support the release of the brothers. But what the F is Lyle thinking? Going for this chick who is young enough to be his granddaughter. Next comment, that's why I said whether or not she takes him back is up to her. Continuing on. Next one. This says, it is hard to say why Rebecca and he are separated. Maybe they drifted apart. Maybe she found someone else. I'm going to blow this up. Maybe it was because of Lyle. I am glad that she is supporting him, but it seems best that they are not together. Oh, you think? Jello shot? You think so? I don't know who you are. But yeah, I would say, I mean, if your husband's currently dating a 21-year-old British college student while in prison, probably best to not be with him, you know. So then here's Rachel's. She says she's done everything for him. 20 years of loyalty, unconditional love, put herself through law school. I hate to see him throw away for a 20-year-old. She's 21. I know things like this happen all the time in the real world, but should he get out, I don't see things lasting with this girl. No shit, Sherlock. But actually, I'm going to say something else, though. This is how affairs work. Things are fun at first. Then you realize what a mistake you made and things end. And sometimes the spouse takes you back. Sometimes they don't. Either way, it's not going to last. I'm wondering, because it's definitely crossed my mind, neither Lyle or Eric or our fathers, biological fathers, and we're going to get to Talia because we got some screenshots from her and some stuff going on there as well. But Eric and Lyle, neither one of them have biological children. And so they're old, but if they get with a younger woman, like Lyle is doing at this moment, could be a good, kid popper outer. What do they call him? A broodmare, basically, to give him a child. And I've thought about that as well. And I wonder, is this why? This is why are you having a midlife crisis, Lyle? Did you see your expected release and think, you know what, this person's very attractive. I want to talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her, and then you hook up with, hook up prison style, I guess you could say. But you hook up with her, and what are you thinking? You're going to get out and have babies with this person? I don't know. It's a wild thing to do, especially when you know that you're close to getting out. So here we are back on Reddit, and this person said, "We are all done. All done. YouTube videos and news articles are out everywhere. I just want to shake up Lyle and scream, 'What are you doing?' I can sense Eric's not too happy given Talia's recent post." Yeah, so Talia, his stepdaughter, with Tammy Menendez, has made a post. I think I did show that last live stream, but people are criticizing her for it. So this says, "There's something so cliche about this. But I guess even in prison, he's not immune from a midlife crisis, as long as he's not hurting anyone and it's legal." Well, I would contest him not hurting anyone. You can't tell me this feels good to his wife, you know? It's not, it's not against the law to cheat. Well, in some states it is actually against the law to cheat, but it's just it's more a moral issue, and when the public is behind you, they can cause things like Gascon to happen, when there's so much support. But when the public turns against you, well, and that support wanes, it's not good. So even though people are saying, well, it's not our business, and I can't believe he's doing this, it's so crazy that he's doing this, but they should still get out. I'm telling you that once they do get out, and this type of behavior it's already happening inside of the prison. Okay. When it continues on the outside, and now I feel like it's definitely going to. I've had the feeling that it was going to, but now I feel like it's definitely going to. The public is not going to forgive. They are going to turn on these people. I guarantee it. So this person said, "While I still believe that Lyle should be released from prison, it gives me the ick that he's almost 60 years old and went after a 21-year-old." And somebody says, "Indeed." I'm telling you that this is the start of the public backlash that these guys are going to receive. Hi, 1980 Nicoletta. The 12th, 11th hearing has been changed this Monday. What does it mean? Oh, has it? Did not see that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a paralegal, but I don't feel like it's good. I was thinking about showing what the new DA elect, which, now that I'm thinking this out loud, the new DA elect is not taking his seat until like the first week of December. So it's been changed. That's interesting. I really don't know. One part of me wants to say they just want to get it out of the way and just be like, no, we're not going to let you guys out, and we're just going to get over it. And then the other part of me wants to say somebody wants to push this through. I think it could go either way. I haven't listened to any legal experts on this or what they think it could mean, but I'm probably going to now because I did not know that. So thank you for sharing. Very, very interesting. I'm going to show some more screenshots here that I took earlier. Okay, so we're going to get to Talia's statement and some people's reaction to it. Let me zoom all the way in. Okay, so this person on X posted, really disappointed in Talia for this. I feel, oh wait, am I sharing this? Okay, I am. Sorry. I fear she completely missed the point. No one should be judged for actions they possibly made in their personal life when what's at stake is spending the rest of their life in prison. This is very disheartening. Before I read Talia's statement, I just want to say something about this person's statement. When there's a decision to be made about whether or not to release them, and I know this because I've watched some legal experts and common sense, and you mix all that stuff in, but the parole board, the DA, they're all going to look at what is their actions behind bars. Have they been model prisoners? Have they been good? With this scandal coming out with Lyle, having contraband cell phones, cheating on his wife while he's doing that, it just gives an insight to his character. And it gives an insight to his mental state, of what he's thinking, what he's doing. So even though this person here is trying to dismiss what Talia is going to say, and we're not going to worry about that, their life is at stake here. Well, they're living their life in the most restrictive place ever, and Lyle is doing some not good things, and that will be held against him. So this is Talia's statement. Hi, everyone. I feel compelled to share something important. I want to make it clear that Eric and Lyle are two separate individuals. The decisions of one brother shouldn't overshadow the truth about the other. My family is going through a lot right now, and I'd appreciate it if people would consider my dad for who he is and not based on the actions of someone else. Thank you all. We love you. Okay, so that is Talia Menendez, which is Tammy's daughter. She's not Eric's biological daughter. She's been visiting the prison with him. I do not know how often. I don't think it's been super often. But since she was roughly, I think 3 or 4, she was tiny. She was a little girl. And now, she calls him dad, and that's her dad. Her biological father committed suicide when she was very young because he molested her older sister and told a therapist about it. The therapist was going to report him, and he took his own life instead. So I feel like Talia Menendez has a very twisted idea, probably, of what a father is. So this was my response, because I do have an X page, in case you guys don't know. If you want to follow me on there, you can. It's Crime Time with Jess, just like my name is. But my response to her was, she didn't miss the point. If you think the public will not judge Lyle for having an affair with a 21-year-old when he's 56, you're not living in reality. And yeah, I meant that, because I just think that's silly to think that you think the public is not going to judge that. If you think that, then I'm going to ask how long you've been on the internet, because you should already know what it is. So this person replied to Talia's statement and said, not only is it heartless, but it's also disrespectful. So she's calling Talia disrespectful and heartless for posting what she did. Talia clearly trying to make the distinction that Eric is not Lyle. Don't judge him on Lyle's actions. And here's something I'll say about the case. Leslie Aberson did try to talk Eric into separating himself from his brother. And the reason that she was doing that is because Lyle is the one that actually shot the kill shots. He went back and reloaded to murder his mother. Okay. So Eric was there. Eric shot, but he didn't commit the kill shots. Lyle did that. I'm not even sure if Eric hit them, but Leslie Aberson was trying to get him to separate from Lyle, and Eric would not do it. Lyle had sent him a 17-page letter. I'm sure you guys have heard of this before, but sent him a 17-page letter in jail, saying, I'll never testify against you, and only you and I know what happened, and blah, 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 blah. And then he wrote on it for Eric to destroy the letter, and Eric did not. And they found it. The prison staff found it, and Lyle was saying, okay, so there's this woman named Norma Novelli. He had confidence with her, or thought he did. And he talked to her for a couple of years. And she recorded a lot of the things, a lot of the conversations. And she wrote a book about it. And she released the tapes, okay? And so he was telling Norma about this. And he said, I asked Eric, why didn't you get rid of that letter? And he said, and Eric was like, oh, well, it was a nice letter and you were emotional. I wanted to keep it. And he was like, oh, my God. Another thing about the Norma Novelli tapes. Lyle, he didn't say, in my opinion, he didn't say anything incriminating about the case so much. And the prosecution really, before the second trial, they held that over his defense team's head. We're going to air the Novelli tapes. It's going to take him down, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that the Novelli tapes would have taken him down the way the prosecution thought they would. But some parts of them showed Lyle's personality. And one of the things that he said in those tapes was, that he could out-debate any woman. And that he wanted a woman that was like a lady, but that he wanted her to act like a prostitute in the bedroom. So some people, there's more comments, and people don't really, a lot of women that are mainly their supporters don't really take to that too well. So, okay, did I finish this? Not only is it heartless, but it's also disrespectful. Someone should tell Talia that we're not here for just one brother. It's both brothers or none. It's sad to see how they seem to leave Lyle aside if they were against him. Okay. Next comment section. These people. Oh, and there was a comment underneath that. There was a comment underneath this one that said, hated the way she wrote this. Like Lyle was a stranger or something. Is Lyle not a stranger to Talia Menendez? Is anyone living in reality here? Okay. How often, honestly, has Tammy Menendez taken Talia to see Lyle? I don't know the answer to that, but clearly it's not more times than she saw Eric. And I don't think she's seen Eric a whole bunch. In my opinion, not enough to call him dad, but I'm not her. So, yeah, in a lot of ways, Lyle is probably a stranger to them or to her. People are so weird. But, all right, let's see this comment. So this is still on the Talia post. People are commenting under Talia's, her statement she made. And this person is saying she's scared Eric won't get out, but she overreacted and didn't need to add to the media circus. Like the cousin said, it's not her business or anyone else's to comment on his personal life. So there's that opinion. Again, it's just, yes, it's his personal stuff, but a person's personal things tells a lot about them. You know, he's lucky. He's crazy lucky to be a life without parole prisoner and have a lawyer for a wife. I would count my blessings with that. And again, somebody commented, they don't know why they separated, and neither do I. But for him to, them to have separated, and he's immediately with a person old enough to be his grandfather or be his granddaughter or daughter. I mean, it's a bad look. Let's be honest. Does that look good to people? No, it doesn't. Nobody's going to cheer this on. In the same way, again, this is like the Gypsy effect. She was the trial run. They are going to be the full-blown track. She dipped off from her husband after 60 days and got pregnant. It's about to have a baby. She's still married. No one has taken kindly to that. On top of consistently calling her a murderer, which she is and admitted to be, and also cheating on her husband immediately after she gets out of jail and becomes pregnant, people have a problem with this behavior. And the public, social media, very powerful thing. I think we all know that by now. So this person's saying probably would have been best to just leave the comment to the one person this story does affect, i.e. the wife. Also, Lyle was in jail because he cared about his brother. He could have just gone back east, but didn't because that's not how family works. Perceived cheating isn't a reason to disown. Well, oh my God, Becky, it's not perceived cheating. He is actually cheating on his wife. Rebecca's even commented on it. And not just that, when you say Lyle's in jail because he cared about his brother, he could have just gone back east. Well, he could have and should have. But you say, but he didn't because that's not how family works. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. These boys, now very grown middle-aged men, were constantly threatened by Jose with being left out of his will. You're out of the will. You're out of the will. Are you going to do that? You're out of the will. This is what one of the detectives that worked this case for 5-6 years said. That this was Jose's threat. This was his control of them, was money. Okay. So, Eric could have just went back or Lyle could have just went back east, but that's not what family does. No. He was living in a little apartment that in the back of their property that his parents owned. They owned everything. The money was theirs. The boys had, and you know what? I got to stop saying that. They weren't boys then, and they're not boys now. They were both adults then, and they're very adult now. So these two guys, these two grown men, were shackled by money. Am I saying the sexual abuse didn't happen? I don't know. I wasn't there. I was talking tonight with my significant other. We were talking about this. And I said, it really is reminiscent to me of the Casey Anthony case. Because Casey Anthony, if you watch that unfold, and I watched it in real time, you knew that the girl was guilty. You knew the girl killed her child, okay? But when the trial came, she gets Jose Baez, Mr. Superstar defense attorney, And I'll never forget my mouth just dropping when Jose Baez said, "Oh, Casey Anthony's being molested by her father." Floored. And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." And at no time did I think that anyone was going to buy this. And I was thinking, this is such a load of crap. You came out of nowhere with this. She was found not guilty. We all know that. So the sexual abuse stuff, I, I just was not there. I don't know. And again, I go back and forth with it I watched them on the stand and they seem very convincing. I think about the Novelli tapes where Eric is saying, or Lyle is saying, I think I could sway a jury, and I think if I'm just honest and real, they'll see through me, and I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go into the next screenshot here. So this person's saying, I honestly don't trust Tammy, and Rebecca loves blocking people out. Lyle's support group on Facebook if you don't completely think like her. Do you, Lyle? He deserves the world when he gets out. Okay. Weird comment, but these are people's comments. Next person. When are people going to wake up and see Tammy and Talia do this for clout? They don't care about Lyle, and they certainly don't respect Eric's privacy. Well, I don't think they're the ones that outed Eric's privacy. The Daily Mail did. Okay, so I think Talia, in her own little twisted way, was trying to help him by saying, don't lob him in with what his brother's doing. Next person. I'm not disappointed. I don't expect anything different from her because she's always acted like this. Her mother has always been rude when it comes to their relationship as siblings. Very questionable attitude. So again, Tammy, when Eric and Lyle were reunited, Lyle really pushed for this. Lyle was the one really, really pushing for them to be reunited. And when they were, there was a lot of turmoil. I mean, they were separated for about 20 years. So there's a lot of turmoil. Eric said, they revisited a lot of things that were harsh. They fought. They did not get along. And during that time, Tammy Menendez had changed her Facebook support page from Lyle and Eric to just Eric. And she also said, Eric doesn't need Lyle. So it's very strange because Leslie Aberson, I mean, she was Eric's lawyer, so I could kind of understand why she would say that. But, these different people that have gotten close to Eric or have been close to Eric, want to constantly separate him from Lyle. And I don't know if it's a codependency relationship. I don't know what it is between them. I mean, they literally share a murder. But it's just never worked. And it'll be interesting to see if they do. So we have some more comments to look at. And I think these are pretty bad. So this person said, what's this I'm hearing about Lyle Menendez cheating on his wife with a 20-year-old? What the F? Not our business, but wow. And actually it's a 21-year-old, but I just, want to throw that in there. So that was that person's comment. Next comment. Lyle Menendez having an affair with a 21-year-old was not something I thought I'd stumble upon. And look at the gif that this person used, like a Backlash has begun. This person said, make cheating a federal crime. Because what do you mean Lyle Menendez is allowed to cheat on the wife who has stood beside him while he was in prison for 20 years and fought for his release with a girl almost my age? He took this woman's entire life away and just gets away with it? And that's the gift that they used. So to say it's not being taken well by people, is an understatement. And these are just the ones. I mean, these are less than 2 hours ago I screenshot these. But, oh, so weird. My battery percentage was 69. Go figure. Go figure. All right, so Lyle Menendez having an affair with a 21-year-old British student. Again, look at the GIF. So, next one. Just woke up to the news that one of the Menendez brothers is dating a 21-year-old girl he met on Facebook because she supported their release, and he's planning to divorce his wife for her. Let's take a look at the GIF. And this is definitely a WTF GIF. What the F? Next one. Lyle Menendez's secret romance? ? The convicted killer, 56, is reportedly involved with 21-year-old British student Millie Buxey, whom he met online. Rumors swirl as he allegedly plans to divorce his wife of 20 years. If you just hashtag Lyle Menendez or just even type in his name on X, this stuff is going to come up. Because that's what I did. And then here's the picture of his face they put. Really, really bad PR. I mean, you really could not ask for worse PR than this. So here's the reporter saying Lyle Menendez, serving a life sentence for the 1989 murder of his parents, has reportedly been in a secret relationship with 21-year-old University of Manchester student Millie Buxey since early 2024. Which I find this wild, you guys. Wild. I mean, so this whole year, like when it's looked like, oh my God, they're about to get out. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's about time. Yay, da-da-da. This dude's been carrying on an affair, an illicit affair. And his wife's just been posting on Facebook like nothing was happening. And you know what? I thought about Rebecca Sneed's statement. I thought about, she's being so graceful, extremely graceful. But when I really think about it, the reason she's being so graceful is because why not? He's making himself look like a complete idiot. Rebecca doesn't need to say anything. His actions are speaking for themselves. So if I were her, I'd probably not say anything bad either. Like, yeah, here it is. I mean, figure it out for yourself. Look at it for yourself. Next comment. So it says, Lyle Menendez cheating on his wife of 20 years from prison with a 21-year-old girl. Men will still be garbage, even from a prison cell. Oh my effing God, keep his ass locked up. I'm not saying I agree with this comment. I'm just saying these are the comments that you can expect. These people that once supported, there's people that are on the fence like, oh, this is so bad. But I still hope they're released, but this is really bad. There's some people that are outright like, this is none of our business, blah, 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 blah. And then there's other people that are like, what? You did what? Stay in prison. And I suspect when this is said and done, there are going to be a lot more of these types of comments than there are comments of support. That is my prediction. And then you have other women commenting, men really ain't shit. Like, damn. Then this person, free Lyle Menendez. He's not a pop culture topic. Well, beg to differ, but he is fighting for freedom and has been for over 35 years. He could die in prison. And y'all have really only seen him as a celeb or a topic. Seek help. He's definitely a topic. I don't see him as a celebrity at all. Not that I think this person, she wasn't talking to me, but I'm just giving my opinion here. Don't see him as a celebrity. Definitely see him as being infamous for murdering his parents. And have always really wanted to know why. So I think she should seek help. Okay. Next comment. Lyle Menendez is in prison for murder for life. He's married and has a 21-year-old girlfriend. I can't even get that girl at the gym to say hi to me. This is from Bob Janke. Okay. And then this person commented, I thought he and his brother were being released from prison. Bob Janke. Oh, are they? I have no idea. They probably shouldn't be. Okay. These are the comments, guys. These are the comments. So you're just seeing the general public's reaction for good and bad. The Times Now. All on Millie Buxey. Woman prisoner Lyle Menendez. Okay. They should have put a comma after the woman. All on Millie Buxey. Woman prisoner Lyle Menendez is allegedly having an affair with. They put the comma in the wrong place. That's really annoying. But anyway. So then Angel, whoever Angel is on X, replied, Lyle Menendez cheating on his wife that has been by his side for 2 decades with a girl that was born a month after they got married is wild. Right before he gets a chance at parole, too. If I were the wife, I'd legitimately be waiting for him at the prison gates with a gun. Yikes. I'm telling you, these comments, and these are just, again, these are just the ones I screenshot. There are plenty more. This person said, what in the actual bleep? I am so done and disappointed. And then she posted a picture of Lyle and his 21-year-old girlfriend. I don't know why I want to laugh at this. It's just, it's not really funny. I mean, but it's kind of predictable. You know, the jail talk stuff is very real. These prisoners, again, I'll say it again, I hope that this is a cautionary tale for people. You see this. See this man? This 21-year-old woman, he's 56 years old. He's had a lawyer wife that has stood beside him for 20 plus years. And this is what he's doing in prison. You know, when I look at the picture, look at that smile, right? You see Lyle's smile here. When I look at the pictures of him and Rebecca, he doesn't have that smile. His smile's a lot more just kind of, like I'm happy, I'm content. This smile is like, I've captured me a doe. You know, if this dude gets out, and he maintains this relationship with his 21-year-old, which, who knows, and gets her pregnant, I think he would be the happiest person. I really do. Like, I'm a man. Get that from Lyle, you know? I'm a man. I'm a family. I don't think he's an abusive person like Jose, but he doesn't have any kids, so who knows? But I just feel like he has that manly nature. You know, that primal, let me go after something very fertile. My 55-year-old wife is not fertile. She can help me in other ways. Lawyer stuff and companionship, but she's not going to fulfill that family desire I have. I'm just talking out loud, but that's kind of how I feel about it, which is just sad. This one says, the fact that Lyle Menendez has found a way to cheat on his wife of 20 years while incarcerated is insane. It's insane, girl, but it is not uncommon, which is sad. That's why people, before you want to write a prisoner that's doing life without parole or doing a long, lengthy sentence, you might just want to realize what the hell you're signing up for. Okay, you're signing up for a prison stay. that is not likely to carry over into the real world. There are some relationships that have some, but not many. They usually are in the relationship for the stay. But once they get out and there's all these other options of women or men or someone they really want, you were something to be used. You helped them get through prison, you put stuff on their books, you did legal things for them and called people they needed you to call. Everyone on the inside needs someone on the outside. It's just what it is. It's the nature of the game. And so I would never take an imprisoned person, especially somebody like the Lyle Menendez, life without parole, seriously in any way, shape, or form. But that's just me, and a lot of people don't think like me, so that's okay. There's a lot of women that definitely would take him very seriously, and I think that's sad. You've got to have like better self-esteem than that or something, because that's just not right. Okay, next one. So this one says, not Lyle Menendez in prison cheating on his wife for 20 years with a younger woman from the UK. Prison can't even stop a man from cheating. Okay, and there are a lot of comments like that. There are a lot of comments like that of women just kind of being, wow, So, all right, guys. That's all the screenshots that I took. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what was going on around the social media platforms. And again, you might not say, or you might say that this doesn't matter, but it does. Public support is what almost got them released. And public support could sink them very well. So, all right, guys, until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.